what's the biggest misconceptions agents have about buying leads?
The biggest is I think the expectation that all the leads are going to work, that there's some magical lead that they're going to find that is going to pick up every time they call, and that is going to be a sale, and that person is ready to give them the credit card and do a deal. And the truth is that the winners, the people that are out here producing, they're not focused on the people that aren't picking up a call or that hung up on them. They're focused on the people that are showing the interest.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to this special episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast. As you can see, the new studio's starting to come together. We're still piecing it together. Adam is doing an unbelievable job over there, but we are in-house today, and we are here. And while we're here in studio, we've got like 35 agents that have descended on us from all over the country to be here for the Life Insurance Academy Telesales Boot Camp going on live this week. And we have a special guest in the house supporting some of your people that you work with, the Life Insurance Academy, and they're here attending the boot camp. I want to welcome Mr. Oscar Gonzalez all the way from Medellin, Colombia. Colombia with Scale My Social and Close Leads. Welcome, man, to the Life Insurance Academy podcast, and welcome to Louisville.
Thank you, Roger. It's awesome to be here. This is the second one that I've attended. This one, obviously, here in your offices, beautiful office, the whole setup, it's been incredible. And the energy of the people attending is always what I leave these events, and that's what I always take with me. The energy of being in the room with everybody and how you guys help agents. It's incredible. So it's just awesome.
So you like the training center. That's what you're saying.
It's incredible. Yeah. If you haven't been to one of these, you've got to get here. You've got to plug into this because it's amazing. It really is.
It's special. Yeah. We love it, man. The energy that agents come in wide-eyed. They're kind of nervous and scared, and most of them don't know each other, and they found their way here through some of our social platforms and following us and registering and getting in the room. And so they come in, and then over the 2.5 days they're here, they start to get to know each other. They start to develop this camaraderie. It's kind of like this brotherhood, so to speak. And I don't want to say brotherhood because there's plenty of ladies in the room too. And this bond comes together, and people start cheering each other on. The energy goes up.
It's incredible.
I think we're getting close to 80,000, and we're only halfway through day 3. It's day 3. We just did a half a day one, full day yesterday, and we're halfway through full day today. So. It's pretty special.
And people do come together, day one, like you said, everyone's a little bit nervous. People don't know each other. But by the second and third day, people are high-fiving, people are helping each other. There's a real buzz in the room. So it's really incredible.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, just as a frame of where we're at and where we're going, I'm welcoming Oscar Gonzalez with Life Insurance Academy. Oscar, you become one of the most recognized voices in lead generation in the life insurance sales industry, with top producing agents nationwide. Through Scale My Social and Close Leads, you've helped agencies and agents literally manage millions of dollars of ad spend and marketing focus to help them generate quality leads for people looking for information on how to protect their families with life insurance.
That's right.
In some capacity.
Yes.
Veteran leads, final expense leads, mortgage protection leads.
Health leads.
Annuities.
Yeah.
Like all kinds of stuff.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. So, man, first of all, thanks for making the trip all the way from Colombia to be here. That's a cool story in of itself. So we got to hear the background on that. Tell us a little bit about you, because today we're going to be talking about the state of the industry, where the opportunities are, and what agents need to know and how to position themselves to win. But before we jump into that, tell us a little bit about you.
Sure.
Your background, your business, and why you're so passionate about this industry.
It's been a journey to get here, and hearing you say that, the amount of people we've helped and the ad spend, and it's incredible because it all started, my first my first job as a salesperson. I've been in sales since I was 16 years old. And the first job I had was selling long distance services for AT&T. And I was calling businesses, right after high school, I'd get out, and by 4:30, I was on the phones. And I would work from 6 to 10, and I was good.
Was this in Florida?
Yeah. This was in South Florida, where I grew up. And my parents are originally from Colombia. My mom migrated in the 80s, 70s. And so, by the time I got to high school, that was my job, and it was the first job I ever had. The only other job I've ever had outside of sales, I worked at a pizza place. Right before that was a dishwasher, which was my first job ever. It was a dishwasher.
Okay. Cool.
But outside of that, I've been in a telesales environment, and I was good at it. I excelled, and from there I went into mortgages. I did a little bit of real estate. Had big call center operations, and then 2008 happened.
Yeah.
And everything crashes.
Now, you were doing something, because I said, is this your first time to Louisville when we talked yesterday? And you said, no, it's my second time to Louisville.
Yeah.
The first time we were invited here by UPS to tour their new facility.
That's right.
We shipped so much stuff with them.
That's right, yeah.
I'm like, that was pretty high volume shipping when you're getting invited by UPS to come into Louisville for 2 days to see the deal. What were you doing then? What was that?
It was an e-com business that I ran, which happened a little bit later after the 2008 crash.
Okay.
So 2008 crash happens. And I decided to make a shift. I got tired of working in call centers, running these big operations. And I went into e-com with a high school buddy of mine. And we came up with this idea it wasn't about selling products when it started. It was about selling coupons and services and events. And it turned into quickly selling phone cases online before Amazon was Amazon.
Okay.
And I remember we sold, one of the first items was a phone case, and we didn't know, and we told this website that was selling them that we had tens of thousands of these things. And they said, okay. And they put them online, and within a few hours, we had sold like 4,000 phone cases.
Oh my gosh.
And we
you
maybe
didn't
had
have
100.
4,000.
We had 100 of them.
You had 100.
Yeah. And so from there, we built a business in e-com and shipping, and we were shipping several million pieces a year. So we got to the volume of $7-8 million, and UPS invited us when they opened World Ship, which was their big facility here. Yeah. And so I got a chance to come and actually tour the facility with the president of UPS, and they cool wined and dined us. It was a pretty cool time.
How'd the shift happen from that into lead generation for insurance sales?
Well, I spent 8 years running ads to sell products. Right? And so I learned and had a really good understanding of how to reach consumers. And we were running ads on Instagram before Instagram became what it is today, and what Meta and Facebook are today. Yeah. And so I understood how to reach consumers, And through that, when I sold that company in 2020, I got out of that business and kind of sat around. I didn't know what I was going to do. And I had a lot of friends at the time that were in the insurance business, more private health stuff. And so a buddy of mine said, man, why don't you come over and take a look at what I'm doing? And he was running call centers, private health call centers in the Philippines, and to his own agents.
Was this out of South Florida?
South Florida, yeah.
A lot of that
call
going on in Florida.
Call centers, the call center capital of America, you know? Yeah. And so I went in, and his system worked, but it was all based on age data and all kinds of different things. And so I said, man, have you ever tried social media to generate leads? And he said, I've thought about it. I don't know how to do it. Yeah. And I spent the next 6 months understanding his business and fundamentally what he was doing to generate leads. And we transitioned into more of social media lead generation. And at the end of 6 months, and I'd got out of a partnership about a year before, out of this business where there was 4 or 5 partners. And so I was faced 6 months later. He said, why don't you become a partner in this business and help us grow this agency?
Nice.
And I said, man, what a great opportunity. I don't want to have any more partners. I want to go try to do something on my own.
Sure.
And that's what I did. I became an agent. I went and got licensed. And I started selling insurance. And from day one, I was generating my own leads.
You knew how to do your own lead gen.
Yeah. And here we are today.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the state of the industry right now, because we have a lot of new agents, Oscar, obviously, with the Life Insurance Academy that follow us. They watch us on YouTube regularly. They're watching this video today.
Right now.
We're now a video on Spotify as well, plus audio on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the podcast platforms, wherever people use them and find them. ChatGPT is recommending us,
which is how cool.
It's crazy.
Is that, right?
We were out there talking. How'd you find us? ChatGPT. What's the best training company for life insurance sales? Life Insurance Academy.
Yeah.
So it's cool that we're getting endorsed by.
It's amazing.
And word's getting out, and we have pretty high demand. Why is there? So I guess my first question, if we're talking about state of the industry, from your perspective, what's happening in the life insurance industry right now that most people don't see?
Gosh, there's so many little things, but there is a wave of a younger generation coming into this business, like never before. And I think most of it is great. Some of it is okay. There's
some of it's a little hype.
Yeah, there's a little bit of mixed thing going on out there. Yeah. But that's part of being young, and I think it's part of growing up.
Sure.
But the bigger picture is the amount of people that are finding this industry and people understanding that there's no shortage of people that need protection and need this help. And so I think that's a massive opportunity that continues.
Yeah.
And that has changed how things are being done now in this business.
Yeah. You've worked with thousands of agencies. I don't know the number. It's a lot over your years. What do you see as what are you seeing among top producers out there who are producing at a high level individually, not necessarily agencies yet, because that's another question, but what are you seeing among top producers versus agents who are struggling?
That's a really good question. I think the biggest thing is their commitment to better their skill and to either become top producers, right, which only happens by having your skill at a top level, or becoming leaders to start helping other agents reach their goals. And I think the consistency that I see, or what I see across the board with those agents, is they've all reached a very high skill level. They're all committed. They've invested into that. And no matter where their leads come from, they can produce, right? A producer is a producer. And so I think that's I know we'll talk a little bit more about that, but I think that's one of the common things I see across people that produce at a high level.
You touched on people who develop themselves.
Yes. Yeah.
With development comes an investment in training, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're here today as a new endorsed partner affiliate with the Life Insurance Academy with Closed Leads and Scale My Social. And we love that because we are always looking for qualified vendors, and we call them vendors. I hate to use the word vendor because you are much more than a vendor. It's like a relationship that gets established over time. When you realize there's quality people out there that are aligned with you in values and providing high quality, standing by your products, getting it. The fact that you're just here because you had agents coming here and you called and said, "Hey, I'd like to come and support these agents."
That's right.
Not a lot of people are doing that. They're just selling leads at high volume and mass. And unfortunately, we even saw in this boot camp where there were some agents that bought, lower price leads at mass. There's no one to follow up with. There's no one to call. There's not a relationship, and there's such a disparity in quality relationships and quality providers of training, lead gen. Like, where can you go to get principled quality training? And so that's why the Life Insurance Academy was really birthed, right? And there's such a disparity between the level of investment people are willing to make.
Yeah.
And you see these people in the room, they've made an investment, they've flown across the country, they're paying for their own hotel, they paid for a ticket to get in the room. Yeah, we feed them. Yes, we wine and dine them. And we try to provide state-of-the-art training facility. And I believe we do.
Yeah.
And not just that, but the highest level of training, quality investment, speaking to people and really helping them level up their skills so that they can go home and be empowered to impact their family by becoming a high-level producer, by helping families put protection in place. Not just, hey, do more.
Right.
Do more.
Yeah. Buy more leads. Yeah.
We're not just about that. We're not just about, showing Lambos and Corvettes and hopefully that people get attracted to it. We're literally training people how to do it. There's new people that are watching, that they have uncertainty about making the investment in leads, in training. What do you say to those people? Can they make it if they don't?
They can. It's hard. It's much harder. And your chances, I think, really go down quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think investing in yourself, and this is something that was really hard for me as a younger individual.
Yeah.
Getting to this point where I understood that investment in my own development, getting in the room with people that were producing or doing the things that I was aspiring to do was incredibly valuable. And sometimes it takes doing that once to see it. And so if you're out there and you're thinking about that, right, and questioning, should I do this? There's no doubt. There's no doubt that you should invest in yourself because you're the one that's going to get you to where you want to be, right? There's systems, there's products, there's contracts, there's all these variables. But at the end of the day, you're the vehicle, right? You're what's going to get you to where you want to go. And investing in yourself and in your business are incredibly important.
Here at the Life Insurance Academy, you know that we're all about better coaching, better learning, and faster results. That's why we're excited to introduce to you our new partner for online insurance pre-licensing and CE courses, Just Insurance. So if you're ready to get your insurance license, let me save you some time, money, and frustration. Now this course is normally $199, but with our exclusive partnership with Just Insurance, you get everything for a one-time payment of just $99. Vocabulary study guides, practice exams, quizzes, flashcards, a ton of training videos, and detailed slide presentations, all designed to help you pass the first time. But here's what separates Just Insurance from everyone else. You get instructor-led live sessions 5 times a week. Not recorded, not outdated, live, real instruction, real support, real accountability, just like what we provide to you every week. So if you're serious about starting your career the right way, don't cut corners. Get better coaching, get better learning, and pass your exam the first time. You can find the exclusive link at the top of our website at lifeinsuranceacademy.org, or you can click the link in the description of this video. Let Life Insurance Academy and Just Insurance help you get started in your life insurance career today. And tell others that you heard about it on the LIA podcast.
Do you believe we're entering one of the greatest growth periods in our industry?
I think we're in it.
We're in it?
I think we're in it.
Why?
I think there's no shortage of, again, individuals, when we talk about specific lines of insurance, right? Like final expense, there's no shortage of people aging and entering the age group where they need this protection. Income continues to reduce for middle class, and the rich become more wealthy. And so I think there's even more people that need real help, that need a final expense plan, that need a mortgage protection plan to protect their home. And I think those opportunities are only growing.
If you were starting all over from scratch again today, doing all the things you do, would you start here?
Yes.
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 Like unequivocally.
Not even a question.
And you might feel like that was loaded. Like that's a setup, Roger. Of course he's going to say yes. He's on your podcast. What's he going to say? No, I would go back to e-com. Right?
No, I wouldn't.
But man, I know because we were just talking in the office prepping for this, and like the passion that I see for helping people succeed in the industry is at a high level.
Yeah.
I mean, Chris is in there right now, and he's oftentimes sitting in your seat, and we're talking. He's in there right now listening and coaching. We got Zach in the other room listening and coaching. We've got other agency owners and leaders and top producers, some of them that you've worked with, who've been in the business for literally less than a year, who started out coming to these events and literally blanking for 2.5 days in their first event. And now they're here coming back, having produced 50, 60, 70,000, even greater months in production. And it's blowing their minds. And now they're back in the room mentoring and coaching some of the brand new people and telling the story. Like the appetite for people to succeed at that level and then to give back and share, to me, is a really, really cool thing. Like,
it really is.
So to your point, to say that there's a generation of young people that are looking for opportunity. Why do you think young people in particular are finding this and not going the traditional route of go to college, get a great education, get a good job. And they may have gone to college. They may have graduated from college.
Some of them,
And a lot of them, they don't end up doing what they studied for, and they find their way here. Why do you think there's a gravitation towards this from people in their 20s and early 30s?
I think all around for the last 15 or so years, 10, 15 years, you see this shift from, and yeah, again, like you said, some do go to college, but a lot of them are realizing that they can go learn a trade, a specific skill, and do really well at it and not invest 4 years, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but rather 3 months, 6 months,
a year,
right? And a much lower amount of capital, and you could have a complete business, which
significantly higher return than a 4-year college degree.
Well, and not only a 4-year college degree, but even you think about like you go and open a franchise, right?
Oh yeah.
It's hundreds of thousands of dollars. It's 3 to 5, 6 years before you really are in a good position.
Yeah.
And this is one of the few industries or businesses that I can get in with a few $1,000s and spend 3 months, 4 months putting myself on the line and pushing myself, and I could probably become profitable, right?
Yeah.
And grow a business. And so I think there's a real appetite for it. And you always hear about younger people, the next generation, they're this, they don't want to work. You always hear these things, right? And I see the complete opposite. I talk to these young 20-year-old kids that are just getting their licenses, some of them that are running already their business miles ahead of what I was doing when I was 20 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's actually really impressive. It's really motivating. And I love pouring into those kids because I wish somebody would have poured in that way into me, you know?
Yeah. It's cool because we got a young lady in the room here who recently reached out, got connected, invested, came in from out of state and is here and literally got on the phone, and she is killing it out there, crushing it. And she hardly stops to eat. Yeah. She goes late. She's here early, and she literally works through lunch. She works through dinner. I don't know when she's eating. And she is like, she was one of the last ones to leave last night.
Yeah.
And she's at $15,000 in production just in a day and a half.
Yeah.
In a day and a half, 15,000, and she's in her 20s.
It's unbelievable.
Who would have thought that was possible?
Yeah.
And to think, like I had a business friend of mine who's a business consultant, was here in the office. Mm-hmm. You know him, Dave Beamer.
Yeah.
And Dave is a fractional COO for companies, small business owners and companies. And so he sat in our morning lead-in and was watching, and he saw the leaderboard and he saw the numbers, and he said, "Is that number right? That 15,000? So like, what's her income from that? Like, what's her income?" I said, "Well, she has an investment. She's investing in leads. She's investing in her travel. She invested to be here. She bought a ticket. So she has business expenses."
Yeah.
But I mean, if she issues just out of that 15,000, if she issues 75% of that, let's say it's 12, and let's say she's got another $2,000 in expenses just to be here this week and do all the things.
Yeah.
It's $10,000 in net revenue.
Yeah.
Just in a day and a half. Like who would have thought, like, okay, I'm going to go to school for 4 years, get a college degree, and come out and apply for a job after 4 years and almost $100,000 investment. I'm applying for jobs that pay $50,000 for the year.
Yeah, 50, 60.
And literally, that's what they're applying for. You got to go on and get your master's now to get those jobs that are like 80, 90, 100,000 plus. You got to get that behind you. It's just such a great opportunity.
It's incredible.
Yeah, incredible.
And by the way, she was here till 10 o'clock last night.
I know, we left late, and there was like 3 late.
She was on the phones pitching deals.
Yeah, they would not leave because they had appointments set and people to call. And
Incredible.
We ended at 8. Well, we officially wrapped at about 8:45, but they were still. It was like 3 people still here till 10 o'clock.
And that's the point, right? It's like if it's you control your success in this business.
Correct.
So you have to invest in yourself.
And the opportunities there.
That's right.
Yeah. Let's talk about lead generation.
Yeah.
I know we had a couple sections here. I'm moving on to section 3 of our interview. Lead generation, the truth that nobody talks about when it comes to lead gen. So this is your specialty, man. What's the biggest misconceptions agents have about buying leads?
Oh, man, there's.
I know you hear it every week.
Yeah. There's a few of them, but the biggest is I think the expectation that all the leads are going to work, that there's some magical lead that they're going to find that is going to pick up every time they call, and that is going to be a sale, and that person is ready to give them the credit card and do a deal. And that's the biggest misconception, and focusing on the people that don't pick up. And the truth is that the winners, the people that are out here producing, they're not focused on the people that aren't picking up a call or that hung up on them, or that they're focused on the people that are showing the interest.
Yeah.
Because those are the people that you pour into and that you're going to have a chance to help.
Yeah.
And I think that mindset is very, very important, but that's a big misconception.
And it holds people back.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so you see people kind of start and stop with leads all the time, and they're popping around and jumping around, and they are looking for a magic lead.
Yeah.
Right? Now, there's some lead vendors out there where you can buy leads for $1.
Sure.
How do you feel about those?
I
tell the truth. I want you to be very truthful and honest.
I'll tell you, honestly, I think there's a place for it.
Okay.
Right? Because
fair.
I think
I respect that.
I think the new agent that comes in that says, hey, I only have a few $1,000 to do this, and I want to give it a shot, and I need the reps. I need the reps. I need activity, right? You need at-bats. It's the only way that you're going to get better at the skill of presenting and helping people. Yep. And so I actually think that there's a place for that. Mm-hmm. The problem becomes when that becomes the main source, or it's intertwined with this is all you need, right? Because at some point you have to be willing to trade money for your time, right? Correct. You have to be willing to say, hey,
because
you know what?
It's a better investment.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once you skill up.
Your skill is at a higher level. And so now it makes sense to go and buy fresh leads or generate your own leads. Mm-hmm. But in the beginning, let's go see if you can go sit and dial 100 numbers without getting up 10 times.
But oftentimes there's a difference though. I'll say $1 leads.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of variables. When I say dollar leads, there's all kinds of variables. What are those variables?
Well, there's the biggest one is the uncertainty of TCPA violations.
What is that? You just said words that some of our listeners don't even know.
That's the biggest.
You said TCPA.
TCPA, yeah. That's what
sounds
regulates.
like a pet control thing where we got to get our pets spayed or neutered. I don't even know what that is. That's another organization, I think. What is TCPA for people?
That's basically what governs telephony and the rights that you have.
Telephony. There's another funny word.
Another one, yeah.
Using the phone to make sales.
That's right, yeah. And calling consumers and the rights that consumers have, right? Yeah. How many times can you call a phone number? Can you just call it 100 times? Not in the state of California. You know what I mean? Like, and so there's litigation that can come after you by you violating these TCPA guidelines. Yeah. And for me, when you're buying age leads, that's one of the biggest things that could be just a crapshoot, And
it's your biggest risk.
Oh, yeah. And I've seen it. I've seen call centers, right? In South Florida, full of call centers, operations that were doing $10, $15 million a year go to zero because they had 100 TCPA violations and they had to shut it down or file bankruptcy, Correct. Start it over somewhere else. And so I think that you run a huge risk. So you do need to, if you're going to use that initially, right? And that's the key word for me is you should only use that type of lead if you're going to use it in the very beginning, right? Just to get your
Some leads are sold 2 or 3 times, and that's why they're $1.
That's the other part.
Some leads are just aged, right? And you don't know how long they're aged for.
Could be a year old.
Yeah, it could be a year old.
Could be 2 years old.
And so there's a wide range of leads, right? Yeah. So I know you have a lead warehouse.
Yes.
Right? How does that work with you?
Yeah,
do you guys have any of those types of leads instead of buying brand new, fresh? By the way, do you resell your leads to multiple people?
We do not. No, that was one of the things that we wanted to establish, right? The lead vending business is an inventory business, right? And so in that business, we have overage of inventory, right? We might generate too many leads in a certain state. And so
based on what was ordered by the agencies you're working for?
By the agencies and clients that we have that place their orders, right? And so that excess inventory, we said, well, we have it. Let's offer it, right? Let's not share it, not sell it to a bunch of agents. But if an agent wants to buy this lead that we generated 2 days ago that nobody has called from that generation, then buy it. And so that's what we set up. We set up a warehouse, and when you go on closeleads.io, you'll see the warehouse, and you can actually see a map of the entire country and how many leads we have in each state. And if they're 24 to 72 hours, if they're 72 hours to 7 days, and the older the lead is, the lower the cost. And it's not shared, it's TCPA compliant. And so it gives you the ability to have that volume at a lower price, and know that it's not shared, and again is completely compliant.
Why do some agents buy leads and fail, and others buy the exact same? I can't say the exact same leads because they're not the same leads, but they're buying leads from the exact same vendor, the same type of lead, and they win at a high level. What's the difference? I
think there's a couple things there. Skill is one piece, the skill that one agent has over another. And I think the second one is, well, there's three things, but the activity, the discipline to sit there and dial and do the activity required to get those folks on the phone. And I think number three, not giving something enough time for it to work. And that's, I think, part of just this industry, right? We're really presented with this idea that you're going to come in and make millions of dollars in a week or two, right? And that you're going to drive these cars and have all this money. And that's not the case, And so I think agents come in, they buy a batch of leads, it doesn't hit the way they wanted it to hit, and they give up. When in reality, that next day of calling might have yielded them and we just saw it, right? We talked about there was an agent who had a day where she didn't write anything.
Blanked completely,
right?
The first
Zero.
day. Yeah.
Came in the next day and wrote seven deals.
And over $7,000. Yeah.
Right. And so if she's not in an environment where people are helping her and pushing her and say, hey, that's okay. Right? One day doesn't determine your week. 1 week doesn't determine your month. 1 month doesn't determine your year.
Yeah.
But if you have this very short-term outlook, you're gonna quit before you ever gave anything a shot. Leads, right?
Yeah.
Or a process, or leadership, a system. It's all the same. If you don't give it enough time, it's a.
I never looked at leads when I first started. I was looking at the initial cost of the leads. But then I was just looking at how much my marketing investment was a month. I just switched my mentality because I had a former business background, and we had a large company that we were growing, and we did national marketing.
Yeah.
And we had a marketing budget that went to marketing, and marketing drove sales opportunities. Sales opportunities turned into revenue. It's just the normal way a business runs.
Yeah.
And yet when people come into this business, they're trying to do it on zero or no marketing or the lowest quality marketing, and then they wonder why they're struggling. And so when agents kind of shift mindset from I'm buying a lead to I'm investing in marketing dollars to generate sales, there's a difference.
Oh, yeah.
And so I literally did a video years ago, and Adam, it's probably still out there, how to invest $1,500, I believe, and make $245 every year for the rest of your life.
Right.
And I kind of break down the numbers.
Yeah.
And you really don't have to do it one time. Because then as revenue starts to come in from your sales, you take the top portion of that revenue and put it back into lead gen and marketing, and it keeps the pipeline flowing. So you're really only investing one time.
That's right.
But you have agents who said, I'm spending this much money every week on leads.
Yeah.
It's a mindset shift, right?
Absolutely.
What do agents need to do to move past that and to get into a regular, healthy place where they're not. It's funny. I was doing a coaching call this morning for the Life Insurance Academy weekly coaching call that we do. It's a membership-based program.
Yeah.
And if you're not in there, by the way, you're missing some of the best coaching weekly ever.
Go take a look.
And we were talking about communication coaching and identifying the stakes. Addressing, and raising the stakes with people. And we talked about how people get like anxiety when they get near the red line on their gas tank.
Yeah.
Or if they're on an e-car, you know what I mean? Electronic or electric car.
Yeah.
That they're like, where's the charging station?
Yeah.
And people get like anxiety, like it's a real thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm going to run out.
Yeah.
I'm going to run out.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people with leads, they feel like I've got to protect these leads. They're like gold, and I can't call them yet. I'm not ready because I only have so many. And if I burn through them, they're gone. Then what?
Yeah.
And so they kind of look at it like it's a diminishing inventory.
Correct.
And it's not a replenishing. It's
Correct.
not auto replenishing.
Correct.
And so I just put my marketing on autopilot.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to talk to who was supplying. Back then, it was direct mail. I was dropping direct mail, and I had to wait 3.5 weeks before the first leads would come in from my marketing spend.
Yeah.
And it was such a long turn time.
Yeah.
Now people turn around and say, hey, Oscar, can I get some leads? Yeah, you can buy from our lead warehouse,
Instant.
or I can turn on a new program, and I can have leads coming in within 24 hours, sometimes even sooner than that, based on how many states they have available to have licenses
That's
in.
right.
And all of a sudden, you're cranking out leads. Back then, we had to wait 3 to 4
3
weeks,
days.
and now it's like 24 hours, and people get anxiety. It's like, what is going on, right? So the fact that people can turn on marketing and have a good understanding of it, I think that's one of the biggest differences I see with people who are your top producers. Now, you have become a fan of the Life Insurance Academy.
I have, yeah.
And what we're doing here.
Yes.
And I'm sure you have seen plenty of other organizations out there who are trying to grow and scale.
Yeah.
And they're using all kinds of different training companies. They're maybe using internal people to train their agents. And then you look at an organization like Life Insurance Academy, and we do training for agents around the country, multiple IMOs. There's people that come and visit us. We got multiple IMOs and agency partners that are not affiliated with anything else that we do, that come here for training and then go back to their people and instill some of that back in. We've gone and done training events for some of the biggest organizations in the industry. You attended one of those in Florida.
That's right.
Last fall. And what do you see different here? And why are you a fan of Life Insurance Academy? Again, it comes back to the investment, community, and the mindset to get yourself in a place where you're operating as a high-level business owner in a community that thinks right and is learning principles when it comes to selling and not just a script.
I've always talked about systems, process being instrumental in business.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what you guys provide here.
Yeah.
Right? Is a proven system. You guys aren't training all these other different industries. You are focused in on this industry. You have agents, you have producers, you have the equipment, you have everything here. And I think when you get agents in the room and you pour into them the way that you guys do, right? You guys are listening to the calls, right? Actively, as every agent is on. You guys are teaching the fundamental things that every single person needs to be successful in this business.
Yeah.
The sales flow, the introduction, all these different steps.
Yeah.
And I think there aren't many places where an agent can fly in for 2-3 days and gain the amount of exposure, training, knowledge that they can then turn around, go home, and apply it instantly. And that's what you guys give people here. You're giving these tools for them to go and use them on the spot. And it's amazing. You know, I happen to love the being in the same room, right? I think working from home is a great thing, and there's huge benefits of it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing like being in a room with other people going through the same process that you're going through and seeing others fail and win and do it together and know that it's okay.
And realize some of it's just about grit,
you got
attitude, mindset.
Just pushing through these things. Yeah. And those are lessons that you can't learn at home sitting on your own.
Yeah.
And you guys from all angles are covering all of these pieces that are so, so key in sales and in business in general.
It was interesting when you came in yesterday, and because you came in partway through, and when you just kind of introduced yourself, and I said, anybody here working? I was surprised at how many hands went up of how many people are actually working with you. I was like, oh wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
And you got some great people that clients of yours in the room that are doing fantastic things. Some of them who actually started here at their very first boot camp. You want to share a couple stories to give some context?
I think so.
Of what it's like to be in a good environment with good leads, with good people.
Well, you talked about one of them being Nick Dishatel, you know, and a big producer. He's been in the business less than a year, you know, 8 months maybe, I think is what he's been in.
Just went full-time 4 weeks ago.
Imagine that. He was working part-time.
Working a full-time job.
He was working full-time
in like management
and doing this.
And like, IT or something, doing
construction. I think it's something construction management.
Yeah, something like that.
And he came, when he started, put up zeros, right? He didn't know where to, he'd never done sales before, which is that's a huge hurdle. You know, when you've done sales before, you have some foundational work, right? You have some of that structure.
Yeah.
He had never done sales before.
Yeah.
And he didn't do so good, you know? He didn't do so good, but he invested in himself. He did the work. He came, he did the boot camps.
Flew in from Louisiana.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and came again to another one.
He did a few of them.
And the second one he came to, he wrote like $7,000 and had like a breakthrough. Similar story to Clark Stanley.
It's unbelievable.
Right? And so had this breakthrough, and then I know he's been working with you. I guess he found you somehow. I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, we've been working now for 5-6 months with him, and he's written $80,000 months.
Yeah.
In that time. And now I don't think he writes less than 40. You know, the 40 is like his baseline.
Yeah. I'm going to wait till I write $80,000 before I go full time. Who does that?
Never done sales before.
Yeah.
And he's the type of person that keeps things simple.
Yeah.
Right. And he says that to me, Oscar, I don't need to know the ins and outs of what you're doing with my campaign. And I don't need to know all the ins and outs of business. Just tell me the fundamentals. What do I need to go do? And I'll go do it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He plugged into your system. He followed everything that you guys provided for him. And here he is, building a team. Now he's here helping, coaching and helping other agents.
Well, I'm going to be interviewing him also for the podcast. So
it's a story that needs to be told.
Yeah, you can't have a student that comes in, blanks, comes back again, keeps coming back, and then puts up an $80,000 month.
Yeah.
And
by the way, no
say,
fluke.
Hey,
this is he's writing these big numbers consistently, month in and month out.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive to watch. Very disciplined. Got connected with Clark Stanley, I guess, found him on the podcast and plugged into Anchor Point Group, I guess, out of Cincinnati. Yeah. And then I saw Clark stroll in today because he's got agents here. You know, he strolled in to support his people. And it's cool, man.
He'll get on the phones and he'll produce. Yeah. And his agents see that. I mean, there's something so special about seeing the person that you're leading into battle.
Yep.
Do battle next to you, you know?
Yep.
And so it's incredible.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to watch.
Yeah.
Just a couple more questions. I know we're going long, but this is a good one, so I hope people stay on to the end. We got AI impacting lead gen right now. How do you see that changing things? Is it changing things? How does it impact? And are you using AI? And how does that help?
Yeah, I think
I think that's a question, and people wonder what about that. And so I figured I'd just ask the source.
You know, there's so much hype about it. There's so much fear mongering with it, that it's going to take our jobs and that agents are gone. And gosh, I think it couldn't be further from the truth. You know, I think that we're in a place where AI continues to develop, continues to get better, and I think what the opportunity is, learning it and implementing it into your business, right? It's not going to replace you. It's going to be your third arm, right? Another head that you can utilize to build your business. Yeah. I learned when I was in e-com and I saw Amazon come in. Yeah. Right. First as a bookstore. Yeah. Right. And who are these guys? This is nothing. Yeah. And go from that. And I saw thousands of e-com businesses go out of business in a year and a half because they didn't adapt, because they didn't join and use the tool and embrace. Yeah.
Be an adopter.
And it was one of the things that we did, right? I saw it and I said, oh, we got to start trying to sell products on social media, number one. And we need to get on this Amazon thing. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but man, they're doing something cool. Yeah. And that's AI now, right? You can't fight it. You have to find the ways to implement it across your business and utilize the tool. That's it. Yeah. And the opportunity grows. Yeah. Right? It doesn't shrink. Yeah. It grows.
And you're using it to expand the ability to be able to reach more consumers with your ad targeting and all kinds of things like that.
Higher intent data. Yeah. You know, the creative process, the generation process, the level of distribution that we can do now. Yeah. You know, before it would take me 6, 7 editors to pump out 100 different creatives.
Yeah.
It's one editor and 15 LLMs and all these models and all this stuff. And we're cranking out hundreds of creatives in a fraction of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I think I liked, when we were in Florida, you were literally talking to an agency owner, and I kind of walked up and you were showing him some of the creatives of your ads.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what the ads are like?
Yeah.
Because you hear about some of these ads that are run on social and you don't know.
I see them out there, guys.
Gosh.
I see those
and
ads,
you're thinking,
guys.
that's why people think they're getting free coverage and they're getting their free 40,000 or whatever. It's like, what the heck are people clicking
thorn
on?
my side, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And then I saw the ads you were running. Literally a person talking to the camera, saying, I lost a family member. They didn't have coverage. I realized I need it for me. I needed to put protection in place.
Yeah.
This is one of the best decisions I've ever made. It's giving me peace of mind. If you want the same peace of mind, click and we'll get you some information. I was like, what?
Yeah.
How transparent? Like, one of the things that you are a proponent of is being transparent and direct.
That's right.
So that there is no bait and switch on what people think they're clicking on.
Yeah.
Now, whether you catch that person in a bad mood or whether you catch them in a place where life happened to them and their daughter just called and screamed at them or they lost a transmission in their car and they're not ready to talk to you because you're just a salesperson at this point. But whether they're like that or not, you know, like that transparency of ad to me was phenomenal. I was like, this is legit. Like, and I think that was the first time I actually saw Under the Hood.
I think so, yeah.
And I was like,
that was one of the first
wow,
times.
this is impressive.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to you? And why does that matter to agents that work with you and close leads?
It's everything. The messaging that a consumer sees about your service or product is what builds and creates that opportunity that you're going to have to help that person. Yep. And when I was an agent, what set me apart was running ads just like that. Yeah. Right. When I started, I figured, because it was the same thing selling a product. How do I sell a phone case? Well, it's not the phone case. It's what value does it provide to somebody?
What need does it meet?
Yeah. And so that was my focus. Tell people the real value in a real setting, right? And hit on the pain points. What happens if you don't take care of this? What does it look like? Yeah. And that's everything that I've built, everything up until now. That's all I've focused on. And it's been one of the big differences that I feel great about. Because anytime somebody says, I saw your ad, or I've seen this before, or our clients, it's always the same thing. Gosh, they might not pick up the phone every time, but when they do, they know what I'm calling about. Yeah. They know what they saw. They remember the video. They remember the person, because I tried to leave an impression in every video or in every creative, right? And so I think it's a really important piece. It's really important for agents because especially in the beginning, if your skill of converting, of convincing somebody or moving around and shifting from someone that saw an ad about it being free, could you convert that person? Sure. But gosh, your skill better be at a high level to deter and take that person where they need to be. Sure. So it makes it much more difficult for an agent. And what's the point? Right? It's already hard enough to run the business and figure out all these things. You're just making it harder on yourself when you use those tactics, you know? Yeah. And it's one of the things that hurts our business, you know?
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I liked about what I saw on the backside of what you were doing was that you have a lot of different questions that you ask to qualify the lead, to filter the lead, to determine intent, to elevate the quality of intent, you know, when someone is responding, so that you can have a good conversation with somebody who knew why you were calling. Interesting, you had a Hispanic lady here.
Yes.
Let's end with that story, and then let's tell them how they can get access to your products. And so let's end with that story.
Yeah, this was an agent that came to me yesterday. She's actually Colombian, so we clicked right away. And she came to me and she said, I don't know what to do. I bought 120 leads from another lead vendor.
Low cost
lead vendor.
They're selling their leads to multiple people.
Yep.
And you don't know where they're...
You have no idea what it is.
Yes.
You know, and she, the frustration on her face, you know, you could tell that she was so excited to come here. She had these leads and she thought she was going to make just a huge advancement, you know? Yeah. And what turned out happening is 12 people picked up and 12 people hung up on her face. Yeah. Every one of them. Yeah. And so she said, I don't know what to do. What do I do? You know, she said, I've been in this business for 1 month and I'm brand new, you know, and she speaks great English. She speaks even better Spanish. Right? And so I said, well, you need to learn the skill of converting, number one. And to do that, you need activity. And what's your capital like? And so we talked a little bit about that. And she had spent all this money on this other batch and she didn't have a lot. And I said, well, here's an option. Why don't we look at our warehouse? Because I have some leads in there that are 24 to 4 day olds. Go pick them up for a fraction of the price.
24 hours, you mean?
Yeah, 24 hours, yeah, because they're excess inventory. So some of them are 24 hours, some of them are 3 days, 7 days, and they've never been called.
Yeah,
and
Spanish leads.
I said, go pick up the Spanish ones. Go try it, because I think that's a huge, huge opportunity right now is the Latin market.
Yeah.
And I said, go do it. Go pick it up and see how it goes.
Yeah.
Spend a couple $100. She said, I'm going to do it, right? It wasn't such a big thing for her to go do. It was like, all right, a couple $100, I'm going to go do it. And she went and she bought, I think, 30 leads, 40 leads in the warehouse. And within an hour, she was ringing the bell and coming out yelling, I got one, you know?
Yeah.
And it was a Spanish lead that she called and immediately connected. And you even asked her, you said, did you follow the script? And she said, no, I got so excited. I
got so excited that people were having real conversations with me about what they needed.
I just went into it and I got the deal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And seeing that is, that's for me such a big piece of the reward, right? It's like, man, I helped you.
Yeah.
We went through this and you went and did it. And look, here we are, you know?
Cool.
So yeah.
That's a cool story.
Yeah.
So how do people get access to your products? We're happy to have this endorsed partner affiliate relationship with you and your team because you're one of the good ones.
Thank you.
We have some others, of course, that we work with, but it's exciting, man, to know that there's good people out there doing good things for the industry, and that's what we want to do for the industry. So we're aligned on that. How do people get access to your products?
If you're looking for ad management, if you're an agency, if you're an agent and you want to set up lead generation for your own agents, scalemysocial.io. And if you were looking for batches of leads just to get started, because that's how you want to run your business, closeleads.io, CLSD leads.io. And you can buy the batches, access warehouse, access inventory there.
Set up recurring orders, all kinds of things.
Yeah. We have discounts for memberships. The whole thing. So depending on where your business is and what you're trying to do with it, we're here. You could also follow me on all social media, Scale My Social, across all platforms.
And you use Scale My Social on Instagram pretty much as your personal.
That's me.
Yeah,
I'm there. You know,
there you go.
You'll see my family, my kids, and everybody. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for having me.
Man, it's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
It's so good to be here.
Yeah. And to see what you don't know about Oscar is he's an incredible dad, family man. His beautiful wife Anna, 2 kids, and Goldie and Aiden, and they're growing like weeds. And he's doing it all, and he's managing a creative team from how many countries? Like 4 or 5 different countries of people where they live and work with you.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see how you use virtual team to support, hundreds of agents and agency partners around the country. So thanks for coming in, supporting people like you do. It was commendable to see you want to show up and support some of the people you have here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roger.
And thank you guys for watching this episode of the Life Insurance Academy. I'm glad you took the time to stay here till the end because I think this has probably been one of the most needed episodes and best episodes and engaging conversations I've had in a while about what's going on in the industry. So thanks, man. All right. We'll see you guys on the next episode of the Life Insurance Academy podcast.